Kevin Jackson
Keep
at
it
Kevin
here.
Jackson.
You found the Black Sphere.
TBS Kevin Jackson Show, 10 o'clock to midnight. How you doing, man?
Good. I got to tell you, man, we're busy. You know, it's funny how busy we were during the time of Obama when we were, fighting all of his craziness and, of course, all the fake news of how great the jobs reports were and things like that. And it's funny now, things are moving. We're making progress. I just saw a report that Japan, President Trump's going to be negotiating 700,000 new jobs that will be coming out of Japan. Some Japanese company's going to be bringing to America. And no coverage. I don't know if you saw the jobs report. We had, 227,000 jobs. They only expected 175,000. No news on that. And it's crazy stuff, but what are they focused on? They're focused on not allowing him to protect American citizens with this travel order. It's not a Muslim ban, which is what everybody calls it. It's a travel order. And it's been done before. So you watch all this play out. Another one I saw, Jamie, they said all these spontaneous eruptions at airports. I don't know if you were traveling during this time, but they had all these spontaneous eruptions when the travel order was issued. And it's funny how spontaneous it was when every single airport had hundreds of people with signs, and they had attorneys present in case anybody got arrested. But every news outlet called it spontaneous. They were so non-spontaneous that they had signs printed up. But that's what we're dealing with now. We're dealing with the complete and utter misinformation in the media. It is media malpractice and malfeasance of the highest order. And you know what? Not sad for the left, great for us. They're going to lose. Truth is going to win in the end.
Oh, hopefully it will. And let's face it, and the argument can be made that even if it was called a Muslim ban in the executive order, it could still quite possibly be constitutionally confirmed and reaffirmed. And that's
care.
How much
Between
power.
you and me, and I think this is what you're saying, I don't care what they call it. If the President of the United States determines that it is a matter of national security to protect us, that's his number one job. His job isn't to build roads and bridges and all this other crap. That's Congress. His job is to protect the American citizens. And if he just deems that that's necessary to do, which, by the way, I think overwhelmingly people believe that, radical Muslim, I'll put it to you this way. The number of people that are listening to this program, you ask yourself this. If you're over 40, 50 years old, how many times were you concerned about radical Islam 30 years ago, 40 years ago growing up? When did it come up in school? When did it come up in everyday conversation? When did we talk about Muslims blowing themselves up and chopping off people's heads and things like this? It never, I can tell you, it never, up until the last decade or so, have I even heard of anything so ridiculous. But now we talk about it as a matter of, it's almost like talking about the weather or what the Cards are going to do this season. We know it's going to occur. So ask yourself how that happened. Look, we just had a breach where they abruptly fired 3 IT staffers from Congress, all Muslims, on the heels, Jamie, of our SEAL Team 6 supposedly being compromised when they landed. They said, the SEAL Team 6 guys said, it was like they were waiting for us. So you wonder how that stuff happens. You wonder if it's just happenstance that the most elite fighting team in the world, is supposed to have this clandestine operation, and we end up getting 3 guys wounded, 1 guy killed, and we don't get to hear the whole story. And, oh, by the way, they didn't issue the order under Obama when he went out. They waited for Trump to do it so it could fail.
Yeah, my other concern is these pigs at Microsoft and Google and beyond who are trying to stake some kind of claim in this fight, even though their true fight, they're worried what Senator Cotton's doing, and that is approaching the H-1B visa problem. They know we're getting close. They know we're getting close to maybe doing something about this, and so they're putting up this fight regarding this temporary ban that is the vetting ban, so that we can look at what we're doing. They're putting up a fight here, but really their fight is they're trying to shut down the authority of not only President Trump, but also the Republican Congress to start doing something about their abuse of the H-1B visas.
You're right, but it's even bigger than H-1B visas when you look at the whole picture. And I agree with you 100% there, Jamie. But the bigger picture is they want to shut down everything that we're doing because we're finally at a point where we're bringing sanity back to politics. And you have a guy that has no. Donald Trump is saying, "Look, there's no dog in the fight other than protecting the American citizens and doing the right thing by these folks because I've seen how this game gets played, and everybody's going to be against him." That's why we've got to be vigilant. I don't want to give this is not a shameless plug, but I'm telling folks, TeaPartyCommunity.com is the Facebook of conservatives. If you go there, we are activists. We are going to shut these guys down, whether it's the burning of Berkeley because Milo Yiannopoulos wants to speak there. That they don't want a conservative voice. This guy, Jamie, let me ask you, a gay guy immigrant who's dating a black dude. Now, if that's not the poster child for liberalism, I don't know what is.
And Jewish.
They burn that place down and vandalize it over that. Now, you tell me how we can win.
Yeah, I'm with you, buddy. Well, listen, we'll be tuning in Saturdays 10 to midnight for, of course, the Kevin Jackson Show, and also on Twitter at Kevin Jackson TBS. And yes, that Tea Party community we'll put a link to on the stove. It ought to be up there already, but we'll make sure we put it up there. And KJ, as always, thank you, brother.
All right, brother. Take care.
Take care.